So great meeting both of them. Now I'm joined here by Charlotte City Council, Councilwoman Dimple Ajmera. Now I'm just so happy that you're able to join us live. And I figured, when you talk about the West End and the investment that's going on here, you are the chair of the Budget Committee. So who better else to be able to talk about what's going on here in the West End? So tell me, in terms of the investment, what can people look to see?
Well, Alicia, first, thank you for having me. Certainly, when you look at our city's investments in the historic West End, over past 3 to 4 years, city has really focused on our investments in historic West End area with public-private partnership, with Babies for Revitalization, with the Renaissance West initiative, and that is to bring economic opportunities, to bring jobs to this part of town that resident deserves. We have investments in our infrastructure where we are bringing businesses, retail, commercial spaces. Thanks to District Council member Malcolm Graham, who has actually championed these initiatives to revitalize this corridor and to invest in this area. And we are able to see community spaces, gathering spaces.
It looks so different.
Housing, as you can see, there has been so much development that has happened over the years, and we are seeing more private development that comes from the community that are actually investing in the community, and I think that is tremendous.
It is, and I also really want to point out this, because I had a list of questions to ask you, but just getting to know you and your personal story, Esther, you've been on council now for almost 8 years. Why did you decide to be able to be on city council? Because your personal story is very touching.
Oh, thank you. Well, first is to see areas like historic West End, East Charlotte, areas that has been historically neglected, to see more focus, bring more investments in these areas. This is just our down payment for the historic underinvestment that has happened over the decades.
Yeah, and you said personally, when you made kind of a life-changing moment in your life, how did that come about?
Well, really, it was a tragedy that happened in my life. I had lost my father in a sudden heart attack, and I was in my 20s, daddy's girl, that really shook me to the core. And as I was writing his obituary, I was thinking about how he had helped rebuild the city in India. It was completely destroyed to grounds in an earthquake. And I started thinking about what was going to be my legacy as a child who grew up on a free lunch in school, in affordable housing. What is it that I'm doing to give back?
So many problems that really relate right here to the historic West End. So, for you to really understand, as you said, affordable housing and what that means, what it means for the community. In the 8 years that you've been on council, what's the biggest change that you've seen here in this area?
Certainly, I think it's multiple. You look at Renaissance West, it's an effort that's led by the city of Charlotte to invest in our affordable housing so that we are not gentrifying our neighborhoods, to invest in mixed use and retail so that people can shop where they live, near where they live, and to see public-private partnership in Babies for Corridor that brings infrastructure investments, brings retail, banking opportunities, brings jobs, and I think that is transformational. So as we look to future, we also got to ensure that we preserve and protect the rich heritage and culture that is here in historic West End.
Well, we appreciate you being on with us, Morgan. As I send it back to you in the studio, I mean, there's so much here to talk about. I